Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of the Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today, I am making a card based on this past Friday's Craft Roulette Challenge. And if you have not heard of Craft Roulette at all, I highly recommend you checking it out. It's a wonderful YouTube program, and it really stretches your card making and crafting skills. I will have a link to that in the description box below this video. But today, this was a card based on episode 234. And the project, we need to make a 6x6 card using colors of a rainbow. The element is a single flower, and random, it has to include cloth. Now, my rainbow is a fall rainbow, the colors of the fall leaves, making a beautiful rainbow across your grass when all the leaves fall off your trees. So I'm using oranges and redishes and browns and greens. And I've got a little bit of tan. So that's my rainbow color. And I'm sticking to that story. Okay, now I don't have any 6x6 cards, and I did not have any 12x12 paper that was sturdy enough cardstock that I could make a card. So what I did is I cut two 6-inch by 6.5-inch sheets of this ivory or cream cardstock. And then I took my scoreboard and scored it a 1/2 inch in and folded that over and creased it with my bone folder, folded this over and creased it with my bone folder. Now I am going to take double-sided sticky tape and put on these strips. And I'm going to put 2 pieces down, and I'm also going to put glue on it because I really want this to stick together. In essence, I'm building my own card. And I think just one, nope, needed on both strips. And this one will go on the outside. And I got some cat hair down there because I do have Kenneth down here with me today, laying in his bed, having a good dream, I think. All right. Okay. I'm going to peel these off if I can. There we go. It's always a little difficult getting the tape strip started, but once you've got it, it comes off easily. Just going to put these down here in the bin. Now, I am going to put these one side on the inside, and I'm lining it up with my crease. And then this part is going to fold over and be on the top. And I didn't put glue. I forgot I was going to put glue, but this should hold it together quite nicely. All right. Then I have a piece. This is a 6x6 paper pad from, this was from GinaK Designs. I think it's a fall foliage pack. And I wanted to use this piece. And I'm going to leave it the 6x6. And so I'm just going to glue this down. And if you don't get this lined up correctly, or if you cut your paper just the wrong size, don't worry about it. You can trim that off here in just a moment. And I can see I have a little bit of an edge down here that just doesn't match up. So I'm just going to take my scissors. Each cutter, whether you use a guillotine, a sliding ruler, or whatever, each cutter has different measurements from the other. And the inside paper that I made my card base from was cut on my guillotine cutter. Whereas the 6x6 paper, I don't know where it was cut. It's just on a pad that was already 6x6. So the measurements are a little bit different. And then I have, this is a paper pad that's 6x6, and then it has this little tab up here. I don't want the full 6 inches. I'm thinking I only want to go to here. So I'm going to take my paper trimmer. Let's see. I'm going to guess that I want to keep about let's say 2¼ inches. Now I'm going to put that on the bottom. I'm going to glue that down. I kind of have an idea already in my mind, but I will see how it goes once I'm working. And this paper really isn't a fall or a Thanksgiving paper. It has different sayings on it. See, now this piece is even a little bit different size than the other 6x6 pad. So each piece of paper or company, whatever they cut on, will have a little bit different measurements. As much as you'd love them to be precise, they're not all going to be precise. Now, for my cloth, I have this burlap that is backed with paper. So that's going to be my cloth strip that I want to put down on this card here. And I cut it a little bit longer on purpose so that I can trim it a little bit. This is 6 inches. I think I made it 1/6 and an 1/8 inch long, and it's 1/2 inch wide. And I just want to kind of get that on there a little straight. And then I'm going to turn this over and just trim that little 1/8 inch off. Okay. Now I'm going to use GinaK Designs. This is a blooming sunflower stamp. This was an incentive set, and then I got the die set for it. I think this was like last month's incentive set. So I'm going to stamp this on a piece of paper. So I just need to get my stamping platform. And I have a piece of scrap cardstock that I cut out of. It has lines on it. As I want to do this sunflower. And I will do that in VersaFine Clear Nocturne because I'm going to color this with alcohol ink markers. And I'm not use the stamp. So and it's going to need a couple layers of ink. Hopefully everyone out there is safe and their property is safe and sound following the hurricane. And, well, turned into a tropical storm inland, but it left a lot of damage across the U.S. My family in Florida and in North Carolina are all safe. Pardon me, I'll get a quick drink here. And then I'm going to cut that out. And where's my... All right, I've got my... Oh, I cleaned out my cleaning mat this morning from GinaK, and I can't find it. So I'm going to go the old-fashioned way with water and a rag. Because I had left the stamp out, the tidy towel out over the weekend, and it dried out. So I washed it under warm water, and it came back to life. And I set it somewhere. Then the doorbell rang, so I lost track of where I put it. And I'm going to cut this out. But I'm going to cut out kind of like this because I need to stamp, not really stamp. I'm going to color this. I need a dark brown. And I'm going to use, let's see if this is the right color, dark brown. Yeah. I need to make some dark brown paper. And I don't have a scrap of dark brown. So I'm making my own. Because what I'm going to do is use this Grateful. This is Grateful and Shadow Die from GinaK. And I want to cut out Grateful, and I might need to make this bigger. Yep, I think I do. See, and I can go right where that blue was because I can cover over. I'm just going to go this way. All right, because now I can cut out these two pieces. And I can cut them out at the same time. Though I don't need this up here, so I'll just trim that down. Don't need the shadow, just that one. Now I do need the die cut for this image. Sorry if I'm hurrying. I'm trying to be a little quick today. I'm expecting some company here any minute now. Unexpected company, but that's all right. They came at first and they want me to do something for them, so they're going to come back in just a few minutes. So let me get this die cut out. Okay. And let's see. There is Grateful. Oh, and that is so pretty. That's going to look lovely down there. Okay. Now I'm going to color this with my alcohol ink markers also. Let me put this back because I don't need to use my stamping pad anymore. I have a piece of scrap paper here that I'm going to use to color. You can color right on your mat, but me, I would forget and get ink everywhere if I did that. Just need to find the lid to my glue. Ah, there it is, hiding over by the computer. All right, now I've chosen a couple of alcohol ink markers colors. I've got two yellows, Y691 Melon Yellow and YR593 Jurassic Gold, and then two greens, G578 Deep Yellow Green and G369 Matcha Green. And Matcha is one of my favorite alcohol inks for this. Oh, and the brown I used was E530 Dark Bark. Okay, so I'm going to start with my lightest yellow to do the sunflower. Now these aren't like a lemon yellow. It's like a sunflower yellow color. Now I do need to see if I can find an envelope that will fit this card. I thought I had what were 6x6 cards that I got from it's Park Lane, so that would be Joanne Fabrics. However, they're only 5.5 by 5.5 inch cards, so they wouldn't have worked for this challenge. So if you're out there and you're thinking you're buying 6x6 cards, you're not. So I made my own. And I think I will on the inside cut another piece of paper, maybe just a deck. Oh, I have another piece of this burlap paper that I will use to cover up that flap on the inside where I glued the two pieces together. Just hide the seam. I'm not doing any fancy coloring with this color. I'm going to come in with the shadowing with my darker color. However, if my company should arrive before I'm done with this video, I'll just put the camera on pause and come right back to you guys. Well, it'll seem right back to you at least. But I always try to tell people that I'm videoing in the morning. I get up early, anywhere between 5 and 7 at the latest. So I get my chores done, and then I have the morning to play. All right, now I'm going to take the darker, which is the Jurassic Gold, and I'm going to color the center first. I should use the larger end. It'll get me faster coloring. And with all the black in the center, that makes it look kind of dark. Now I'm just going to use the fine point and just come up and do some shading along the outside edge of the flower, kind of around the center. And then I'm going to follow the lines, black lines that were stamped already on the image. It just gives a hint of shading. So if you're not good at shading or blending, that will do it for you. If I can see, you can see a little bit of coloration there. It's not really showing up on camera all that well. Now for the green, the deep yellow green is a lighter color. So I thought I would do these smaller petals in that. Now I'm going to get the Matcha, which is a darker color. I don't want the big point. I want the little point. And I think I want to add a third green in here. Let me get these colored because I want something to highlight the matcha leaves and accent both of these with shadowing. I was just going to do them all in the light color and then add the matcha for the accent, but I'm thinking I prefer having 2 colors of leaves with a third color as the accent color. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Okay, now let's see for another green. This one might be too dark. Let me try just a little bit in here. Oh, no, that's good. This is G536 Dark Olive. And for the smaller leaves, I'm just following the lines that were already stamped. But I think on these larger leaves, I'm going to do some of the petals striped. I like that. Okay. Now, I am going to accent that later on, but I want to put this card together. And if I can find that other strip of, it should be right here on my table somewhere. There it is. Let me see if this is big enough to cover up that seam. Oh, and it is, but will that make it too thick? Yes, that'll make it too thick, so I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm just going to get some washi tape. Hold on. Grabbed a couple of colors of washi tape that I thought would go with this card. Let me see how if I put down this orangey. That is wide enough. Okay. So I'm just going to put a piece of washi tape down here. I don't want it to go over the back like I usually do. So I'm just going to trim that. And then I might add a little bit of that brown too. I just want it to look finished on the inside. And perhaps I want to just do, oh, that would be nice too. I'm just going to do 2 strips of this, one on each side, so that it'll look like patterned paper. There. But I'm going to burnish this down a little bit, just so it stays. All right, there, and that's without it being thick on the outside. All right, so this I'm going to pop up. I'm thinking right here. I do want to put Grateful on here somewhere. And I'm thinking down here, kind of at an angle. I don't think I want it up here. No, I want it at the bottom. So this I know I'm putting down here angled. Now I could have cut this out a couple of times and layered it, but I was going to put it flat, so I didn't really want to add a lot of dimension here. Come on, get back down now. Use, oh, I don't see my little glass block, so I'll just use my toothpick holder here. Okay, now this I want to pop up. Let's see, but where do I want to put it for sure? Kind of like that, and with some embellishments over there. All right, so I'm going to use my larger round foam dots. These came from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to cut one of these in half, I think. Oh, it's stuck to that tape there. Just going to cut one in half. There's a piece of washi tape. Put one for there, and one for there, and then one in the middle. Overkill, but I think it'll be all right. Okay, now how do I want this to be? I think right here. Then I have some gold. I was thinking of putting some small ones down here on this strip. Since this is going on burlap, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the already stickiness down here. I'm going to add 3 of the medium sized. And then well, that took the glue right off that back of that one. I'll put one there. Oh, goodness. Should have seen me last night. I had a sweatshirt on that I hadn't had on for a little while. And when I looked down, I had some of these, in fact, these identical ones, stuck to the sweatshirt. Oh, this is not going to look quite right. It almost needs something more in here, like a sub-sentiment. Is there a sub-sentiment that I can throw on here? Not out of this pack. I'm going to put you on pause and try to find something to fill in here. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've pulled out several things and I couldn't really find anything I like. I have these fall foliage. This is GinaK Designs Autumn Splendor. It's the Ephemera sheets and die. And I had some already cut out. And I keep them in this little bag here. They didn't work on here, but I also have this saying from Northwoods rubber stamp. It's from their number 216 Bountiful Fall Truck and Pumpkin Crate, where blessings great and treasure small, maybe be thankful for them all. And I thought if I stamped it right up here, that would go nicely. So I'm going to use VersaFine Clear in the color Acorn. And it's going to be a little awkward since it's already put together. And that's why my sweatshirt was covered with these. These fall off everywhere. All right. So I'm going to put this in here. And I'm going to get a piece of acetate to cover this up with because I want to make sure my stamp is on straight. If I put it right here, and I'm going to do it in the acorn. And for one, just to see if this even looks good. Oh, that's amazing. It's straight and it looks all right. All right, so I went with the color Acorn in keeping with the theme of my rainbow, which is the rainbow of the leaves on the ground once the trees have lost their leaves. The reds, the greens, the browns, the yellows. That is so nice. I think I do want to put a little something more down here, and that only needs one stamping. I need to find my water bottle. There it is. Haven't used that in a while. Gotta find my tidy towel. My goodness. All right. Now, this needs a little something down here, and maybe now these leaves would be fine. Is there a leaf that goes the other direction? Ooh, all right. This is how this works. I might as well show you. This is, I know, is still available. This is a wonderful die, this ephemera set. It cuts out exactly. You just need to line up the holes. And let me run that through real quick. All right, had that one down there. I didn't realize it. It must have fallen out earlier. So now all of these are nicely punched out. I am liking this. With a little, oh, okay. That's what I'm doing. Do I want to put any of these down here? No. All right. All right, these are going to glue down. Yeah, I left this open too long. That's what happens. Get excited to find something, and so you leave your glue bottle open. Say this is the first 6x6 card I've ever made. Now I want to put one of these tiny gold right there. I kind of want to put that on here too, but I don't think so. I like the look of it without. Okay, now I just need to put my lid back on here, and I am going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella, of course. And it's on this desk, which is now, looked like a tornado went through here. Okay, well, let me grab the one off the shelf. I don't see the one on my desk. Just going to Wink of Stella the petals of the flower. And I'll do the center, but I'm going to take my gold paint pen. That should be right here. As I said, so it should be right here. Let me just look under everything that I pulled out. Well, there's my Wink of Stella. Okay. I am not finding my gold paint pen. Did I put it back? That'll teach me. I pulled out a brand new one that I haven't even taken out of the package, and that's when on my way back here I find the one. This is the Artistro permanent marker pen in gold, and I'm just going to put some of these little dots in the center. I'm putting gold paint on here. I'll show you how that shines. Look at those gold. All right, that's my card. Let me see if I have met all the parameters. It needed to be a 6x6 card. It is a 6x6 card. The colors are the rainbow, and the rainbow I went with were the fall leaves spread all over your grass, like these little tiny leaves I have here. We have reds and greens, and there's even some yellows up here, and browns. Darkness on the leaves. That's my rainbow. And we had to have a single flower. We do have a single flower. And cloth. I did include a strip of burlap right there. So I have met all my parameters. That really stretched my imagination today, and that's what Craft Roulette does for you. You know, I'm going to Wink of Stella this Grateful too. I think that will just make that sparkle. Yes. Oh my. Yep, that was a good choice. Of course, with me, anything sparkly is a go. That just adds a little something, something. Okay. And seeing that added just, I don't know if you can get that glimmer on there. Well, that's my card for today. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. And I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm thinking of using one of the new Alta New stamp sets that I got last week. Have a great day.